Welcome to this explainer. Today, we are unpacking the massive, game-changing announcements that just dropped from Google I/O 2026 at the Shoreline Amphitheater, and what they actually mean for your digital survival. Seriously, if you work in SEO, geo, or really any kind of digital marketing, the landscape didn't just shift a little bit, it completely transformed. So let's jump right into it. I want to start with this exact number because, well, it changes absolutely everything. 1 billion. At I/O 2026, Liz Reed, VPN head of search, confirmed that AI mode has officially passed 1 billion monthly users. Plus, query volume has more than doubled every single quarter since it launched. This is the ultimate proof that AI search isn't just a niche toy for early adopters anymore. No way. It is mass market behavior now. If your current strategy doesn't account for this, you're effectively invisible to a billion users. Let that sink in. And that reality brings us right to this crucial quote from Sundar Pichai. Search is an agent manager. This is the core mindset shift you literally need to make today. You see, Google is rapidly shifting from a passive tool, where you punch in a query and just get a list of blue links, to a highly active, intelligent ecosystem. Think of it as a sprawling, brand new digital storefront, where AI agents are doing all the heavy lifting for the consumer. Okay, so here's our roadmap for this explainer. We're going to take a guided tour through Google's new storefront architecture. We'll start at the front door of search, move over to the checkout counter for commerce, stop by the security desk to talk about trust, peek into the back office of workspace, and finally wrap up by handing you the operator playbook. Section 1. The front door. AI search takes over. Welcome to the front door. This is where users enter, where the search box just got its first major redesign in 25 years, and where Gemini 3.5 Flash is now the global default. The shift here is wild. Think about it like this. Traditional SEO was basically a library's card catalog. You had to do a looking. You typed in a short keyword, found a card, walked over to the shelf, and read the book to find your own answer. Now, AI mode acts like an expert librarian. You ask a complex, conversational question, and that librarian runs into the stacks, reads multiple sources, synthesizes the information, and literally writes a custom report just for you right at the front desk. So we're moving far away from optimizing for short, robotic keywords. To survive, you have to structure your content less like a rambling blog post and more like an encyclopedia, clear, factual, and entity-rich. That way, the expert librarian can effortlessly extract and synthesize your brand's information. But here's the thing. The librarian doesn't just work when you're standing at the desk anymore. Enter search agents, which are launching this summer. Think of these agents as a relentless night watchman, or maybe the ultimate hyper-intelligent Google alert that literally never sleeps. They just run in the background, constantly monitoring the web, finance data, shopping inventory, the news, the whole shebang. When they find an update on a question you care about, they proactively deliver it to you. Search is no longer just an in-the-moment tool. It's a persistent, always-on monitoring layer acting entirely on the user's behalf. And the specific upgrades making this happen are massive. We have the redesigned search box that now easily accepts images and video. We also have generative UI. This means instead of sending you off to a random website to use a mortgage calculator, the AI instantly builds a custom calculator out of thin air, kind of like self-assembling Lego bricks, right there in the results. It's a huge threat to traditional utility SEO pages. But the craziest part is personal intelligence. This is like handing your private diary over to that expert librarian. AI mode now integrates deeply with Gmail and Photos without needing a subscription. So if your brand has an earned presence in a user's inbox, like say a past receipt, a newsletter, or a calendar invite, that is now a direct ranking signal for that specific user's personalized AI results. Absolutely wild. Section 2, the checkout counter, agentic shopping. This checkout counter revolves around one massive new feature, universal cart. Now, don't think of this as just a background protocol or a basic saved items list. It is a literal magic shopping basket that follows you from YouTube over to search and straight into Gmail. You drop an item in, and the AI just takes over. It monitors inventory, actively swaps in better deals, or automatically applies your loyalty perks while you're off browsing entirely different websites. The crucial point here is how deeply integrated this magic basket really is. It actually checks component compatibility. So imagine you're building a custom PC using parts from different retailers. It knows if they fit together. It integrates directly with Google Wallet for completely seamless payment. Plus, it's launching with heavy hitters like Shopify, Nike, Target, and Walmart. Listen, if you're an e-commerce operator and you don't have accurate real-time merchant center feeds, which basically act as the digital inventory clipboard for your store, or if you're missing deep loyalty integrations, your products simply will not make it into the magic basket. You'll be filtered out by the AI before the consumer even gets a chance to click buy. Section 3. The Security Desk. Trust and Content Provenance. Okay, so with AI generating so much information and imagery these days, we definitely have to talk about trust. Google is tackling this head-on through expanded SynthID verification. Think of SynthID like a digital passport, or maybe an unforgeable watermark stamped directly into the fibers of a $100 bill. When an AI generates media, SynthID embeds a visible watermark right at the point of creation. Because it's baked deep into the file, it survives metadata stripping or even heavy editing. And finally, Chrome and Search actually verify this provenance directly for the user. Right alongside SynthID, C2PA content credentials are rolling out across the entire ecosystem. Think of these as digital nutrition labels for media, showing you exactly how a file was made. Oh, and Google Cloud just launched a new AI content detection API. This stuff is fast becoming the industry standard. I mean, with Meta even labeling camera-captured pixel photos over on Instagram, having a firm, public-facing AI disclosure policy isn't just some legal nicety anymore. It's going to be a baseline user expectation by the end of 2026. If you publish unverified visual content, users and the AI agents serving them are increasingly going to view it with a lot of suspicion. Section 4. The Back Office, Your Personal Cloud Agents. All right, let's step into the back office. This is where we see incredibly powerful tools like Gemini Spark and Daily Brief operating entirely behind the scenes. They act just like a highly competent executive assistant who is actively reading your emails, sorting tasks, and organizing your life, literally while you're asleep with your laptop closed. Because these agents synthesize digests directly from workspace data, your brand's visibility now depends heavily on actually showing up in that user's personal data. We're also seeing mind-blowing creative tools like Gemini Omni and Pomeli. Pomeli literally uses AI agents to design entire brand books and websites from scratch, which fundamentally shifts the baseline for creative production. Now, just a quick operational note, for those of you running these tools at a massive scale, the Gemini app has quietly transitioned to a compute-used pricing model. This factors in prompt complexity and chat length and introduces a new $100 AI Ultra tier. So instead of an all-you-can-eat buffet, you're now essentially paying for a taxi by the mile. If your content workflows rely heavily on AI generation, you really need to monitor this closely. Those complex, highly iterative chats are going to burn through your compute tiers way faster than the old daily prompt limits did. Section 5. The Operator Playbook, Your SEO Survival Guide. Okay, we finished the storefront tour. We've seen the expert librarian, the magic basket, the digital passport, and the executive assistant. Now, your primary mandate as a marketer is remarkably simple. Show up where the next billion queries happen. Organic visibility has fundamentally changed. You absolutely must shift from traditional, siloed keyword hunting to optimizing for AI surface citations. It's all about making sure your brand is the definitive, trusted book that the expert librarian pulls off the shelf every single time they answer a question, whether that's across ChatGPT, Perplexity, Gemini, or Claude. So to actually get you there, here is your literal 90-day action plan. In the next 30 days, audit your top 20 pages to ensure your paragraphs are structured tightly for direct extraction, and absolutely, positively fix those merchant center feeds so you aren't filtered right out of Universal Cart. In 60 days, harden your utility tools, like those calculators, with proprietary data so generative UI mini-apps can't just replace them, and start evaluating SynthID for your own content. And in 90 days, audit your personalized AI results by testing queries from accounts that already have your brand in their Gmail and finalize those AI disclosure policies. I want to leave you with this final thought to really spark your curiosity. As this massive new digital storefront scales up and the AI agents handle all the heavy lifting, the shopping, the booking, the synthesizing, the reading, what actually happens to your website? Will it still be a final destination for users, or will it just become a raw API feed for the machines? How will your brand adapt to earn its place not just on a glass screen, but deep inside the agent's mind? Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. I highly encourage you to go look at your brand's presence today, because the future of search, well, it's already here.